Hello, I'm Debs, and this is Debs Made This, and I have for you today a Friday sew. So I'm sorry I've been a bit absent. I last recorded at the end of May, so I am really sorry. I have some things to show you. I've got some makes, and there'll be one that's like I do a proper big make video on, some toiles, including a complete disaster, and some new things that have arrived. So I hope that's okay with the makes. Now, the last time I spoke to you, I was making, falling over. I was making a dress for my friend Ali, who went to the palace to get a medal for being a fantastic all-round human being, and director of an ambulance service. So I shall put the picture that I have of her in here. I've got lots of notes, video notes, that kind of stuff around the making of that dress. So I'm going to make that into a separate video. But I was quite pleased that that was then finished and that she liked to dress. So that's that picture. So being then freed from that, that left me free to pursue other things. My husband has a new job, and before it started, he decided we would have a quick sneaky week away in Croatia. Our eldest girl came to look after the others, and so we went. So I obviously needed to sew some things before I went. So this has been on the cards for quite a long time. This is a very dirty, I'm sorry it's dirty, I pulled it out of the washing pile and ironed it dirty to show you, and then I'll put it back in the washing machine. So this is a pop over top. It's my first pattern, emporium pattern. I can't remember what size I made. It'll say it in my notebook somewhere, but I made a size based on my measurements. I think it is a little bit big, but then I'm quite small kind of in this part of my chest. So I might size down one next time. It's supposed to be kind of relaxed shoulder, but in me, it's quite relaxed. I made it in this creamy white viscose that came from Selvage and Bolts. There you go, Selvage and Bolts, ages and ages ago. And it works quite well in this. It's supposed to just be a viscose, but a viscose crepe, but I think it's definitely got some elastane in it. But it means it kind of, it hangs all right, and it does crease like the What's-It, but it does tend to hang out. So I did feel slightly Eric Bristow in this, if you know who that is. He's a darts player from when I was a little girl. I think just because of that open neck, but it is very grubby. It definitely needs a wash. I hope those marks come out. So that was make number one. And to go with it is make number two, which is the Donna Bermuda shorts. Now these are a Bella Loves pattern. I have made a couple of her patterns before, and I've had one which is still, I'm looking at the toile behind you, it's still a work in progress, which is probably my longest ever work in progress, I think. I've done this nice finishing with little bias and an inside which is done in a lawn, inside of the pockets of that lawn, but obviously not that side because I wanted that side to be the main. This is a little piece of denim that I got from a D-stash sale in person. It has a little pin tuck pleat down the front and an elastic back, and there are belt loops and a proper flight. It's a nice pattern. There were a couple of issues with it, the most frustrating of which was that they gave you very specific instructions about how to attach the belt loops, but the length of the belt loop that you're given, I don't think is long enough to do the things she's asking you to do. So you need to either change the way that it's constructed, or you need a longer belt loop. But that, I mean, it might have just been me. I was sewing tired. Yes, so I was sewing those the morning before we were just about to leave. I was kind of finishing, and I had a bit of a catastrophe. I should put a picture in here. My catastrophe. I didn't wait to find my buttonhole chisel. I tried to open it with the seam ripper, and you can imagine what happened, can't you? So it is mended. Show you my mending. But it's fine. I don't think anybody except me would know that there was a problem there, and it's got this great big button on it, so the button hides any issues. And that they got worn quite a lot, considering they were just kind of a wearable toile pair. They've been really useful so far. So that's the Donna Bermuda shorts. Make number three is one that I think I talked to you about, which is the Rollenka dress by Grow Designs. She's a knitwear designer and then does a couple of sewing patterns. And I did this in this cute, sorry, trying to do it with the hook and eye. This cute, sorry, it's crunkled. It's just come out of the wash and I haven't ironed it because I put the ironing board away to put you up. So yes, have my apologies. So it's done in this block print from Textile Express. It says it's block print. I don't think it is block print, just because the stripes are very striped. but maybe it is. It's very narrow. I had 4 meters of this. I had just enough, and I had to do some creative. Oh, that's right. I've got a seam in one of my pleats. So it's a fitted bodice, well, a semi-fitted bodice with a facing and a side zip. No, a back zip. Sorry, a back zip. Back zip. I've just shown you a back invisible zip. And then it's got this pleated skirt, which is like midi length with a hem at the bottom. So there are panels in the skirt. It has got pockets that are hidden in the side pleats. And I had a couple of issues with the pattern. Mostly, I think, construction issues rather than, when you're making something by somebody for the first time, you kind of tend to do it the way they say. And there were things that I would do a slightly different way next time, especially with regards to the facing. So you do this weird thing where you go kind of in through the shoulders backwards to sew down your facing, which seemed very strange. I don't understand why we didn't just do it like you can do a burrito method like you do on the Helen's Closet Ashton. But I'm just making a deer and doe pattern, and that's got the same technique. So it obviously is a valid technique. It's not the way that I would do it, but I tend to trust, you know what I mean. I like to do as I'm told if I can. Yes, so I have enjoyed wearing this. It isn't as fitted. I kind of ummed and ahed on holiday about whether I needed to take a bit more out of the bodice because there's some room in the bodice. But to be honest, when it's hot, you kind of want a bit of room. So it is very floaty. Yes, and I liked wearing it very much. So that's my Rollenka dress. Now I think that's my three maids, and I've got 3 toiles to show you. Hang on. Start with the good ones. The first is I was a tester for the Bora dress. My toiles at the moment, I've been using this mercerized cotton that came from Pound Fabrics, which is super, really good for making toiles with. But it means the whole of my sewing room / dining room is covered in bits of white fabric, and I don't know which one's which. So this is a very creased Bora dress. This was my toile I made. I sit between 12B and a 10C in her patterns, and so I normally just have to toile and see. This is the 12B, and I'm just making the 10C, which I think is going to be the proper one. It's lovely. This really nice. There's a version with sleeves as well, which was not my bag because I don't need anything extra up here. It's princess seam, so you can get really nice fitting on it. It's an empire waist with this little kind of soft V neckline, and I'm putting pictures of me doing my toile. I don't look very happy. It's because I'm trying to concentrate on standing straight, because as you know, if you've been here any time, I have one shoulder lower than the other, so I'm trying to stand straight so that the wonkiness is obviously me and not the dress. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I was delighted with that, and it's a chalk and notch test. I love being part of Gabriella's tester team, Gabriella and Nicole, because they're just awesome. You can have absolute confidence that every pattern that they release has gone through just the best testing process. It's just awesome. I'm so in awe. Yes, so there's going to be a proper dress occurring in this. I'm just not sure when, because I keep buying fabrics that are not quite, I don't have quite enough meterage, but I'm going to try. In fact, I shall show you. So a fabric arrived. Well, it didn't arrive. I went and got it. I went to Bawn Fabrics, finally, in Glasgow. I went up to Glasgow on the train to go to a gig. I stayed with lovely Jen Hogg, and she was so kind. And she took me, one of the days we went to see Bawn Fabrics, and I met Bevan, who's the owner of Bawn Fabrics, and they so much in that shop. It's just so beautiful. I could have bought it all, but I didn't. I bought one. I bought this. Try not to bash the mic. I bought this, which is a tencel twill, in this lovely, I don't know whether it'll come up right. It's kind of like a warm rose colour, I would say. It's definitely pink, and it's kind of a soft muted pink, and I really like it. So I bought that with the thought that it was going to be that chalk and notch dress, but she only had 2.5 meters. And it's supposed to take 3, and I feel like it did take 3, but it's quite wide, so I'm going to have a go at getting that panel dress out of it. But I just don't know. So let me know what you think. So I don't know whether it being in a plain fabric might look a bit weird. But equally, I don't want to make it in a pattern fabric and chop the pattern up. And I don't really wear a ditzy pattern, so I'm kind of wondering about what to do. I have got some cornflower blue linen that I showed you, I think, last time. It was going to be a jumpsuit, which would work for it, but I've got quite a lot of blue dresses, So yeah, thoughts please down in the box below. Now the next one was my utter fail. Do you want to see my utter fail? My utter fail, which is the Artemis jumpsuit. This is a Tauko magazine pattern. I couldn't be bothered to trace it out of the magazine, so I even used one of my I do their make and share things, which is where you make them up in advance and share them with people on the release date. So I do those, so I've got loads of credits from that I've never used. So I thought I'm going to use one, I'm going to get the PDF, and then I don't have to either. But I had forgotten their PDFs aren't layered. I think they are now, but these ones are not layered, so you then still have to fanny about. This is my jumpsuit. I shall insert some footage of me getting very bemused.
Right. Do you want to see? So it's a grown on sleeve jumpsuit. We know I love a grown on sleeve. But I haven't, so it has this wrap part that's supposed to kind of come across, but it's not, there's something gone wrong somewhere. So they made me make a buttonhole here, so you can push this one through the buttonhole. But the problem is that there isn't enough, there's not enough to wrap. It feels like that bit should be here somewhere, because I've got you could literally fit another person, but the back's not massive, so the back's a good size. Perhaps, yeah, no, it's not a bad size. But then the front is look, it's gigantic. It's enormous. I could literally, I could fit a full pregnancy in there. So, but do you see what I mean? So it's got this, but you can't if you put this through here and out the other side, it can't pull it very far because it's only got that bit to work with. So I don't know if I've but that's where the pokey bit is in the fashion pattern. I don't know. I think it would be better, yeah, if I could take out that much in the centre so that it didn't have quite so much to do. It would probably be all right, but it just seems really weird that there's like this in the back of it. It's very strange. So the only thing, yeah, I've got a hole at the side there. So I've been putting this through here. I'll do it. I don't know if I can do it quickly. Oh my goodness, it's that thing, isn't it? So I thought, oh, I'll just twirl this and it'll be fine, and I might need to take a little bit off the bodice, but it'll be all right, and then I can just whiz one up tonight. You see, you can't so you want to pull that to there, but then you can't because this is too close. The zip kind of is here. So I don't know if I've made one that's too big. I mean, I've made it the amount of ease it says to make it out, but maybe I need to size down the front massively. That's the only thing I can think, because you can't, do you see what I mean? You can't pull it tight because it's coming from the other side, but there's a zip in the middle that's stopping it coming over. You can't just put it over. Even if you pull that right over now, then I can't pull this one back because this one's here. Anyway, not a win.
It has these ties, but they're very close to the midline, and that's caused me some issues. I'm hoping somebody is going to be able to help me with this. And I'm really sorry if I sound a bit grumpy. I had been trying to make it work for quite a long time, and I recorded the video to share with my friend Sam to see if she had any ideas about what I could do. So that's the video. So yes, any help gratefully received. Now, toile number 3 was a success, you'll be pleased to hear. They're a bit see-through in their current format, but I think I'm going to dye these. So I made, you can probably guess from the style lines, I should give you 3 seconds before I reveal, in case you want to guess what the pattern is. The Madrone by Sew Liberated, which are elastic weights. I'm calling these my parachute pants because they look like parachutes. They're very big, very voluminous, fitted at the waist, and then these curved panels, lovely little side panel with a pocket. I'm not sure how well you'll see that in the white, but delighted with these. They are perhaps, I mean, you could quite easily size down 1 or 2 sizes, but I think then you'd lose the kind of the feeling. If you have been around here for a while, these are a bit like if the Arthur pants by Sew Liberated and the chanterelles of the Deb's made 8 pairs of chanterelles and won't stop anytime soon. If they had a baby, that would be these. So yeah, these are going to be made. Oh, just let me show you the pocket. See the pocket, how it kind of curves into that back seam. Very lovely. But it's taking everything I've got to not be making a proper pair of these. I have all arrived already. This is Ramie in this lovely blue colour. I think she called it marine. It's kind of cobalt in my brain, but it's Ramie. It's kind of structured but soft. Will wear really well, I'm hoping, and that's going to be those trousers when I get to them. This came from Carolyn Rose School of Sewing. Link it down below if she's still got it, but it's really nice fabric. And you know, I could also make, I think I got 3 meters in the end, so I could actually make that dress that I haven't got enough fabric of out of this, but it wants to be Madrone's, and I need another pair of blue trousers because I'm managing to destroy my chanterelles. So that was the 2 fabric entries. I have got some more fabric coming because I won a prize. So I won a prize from Alaman Fabric and Patterns, the lady who designed the pleat top with the kind of, it's got pleats on one side and like a kind of gap on the other side. So that's coming, and I've got some fabrics coming from her shop. So that's quite exciting because I never win anything. I just commented on one of those things on Instagram and won, which is very exciting. And the other thing that arrived is a big purchase. My overlocker was dying. I had decided I was going to buy a new one. I'd put a price limit on it. I spoke to the beautiful and lovely Adam Sews, who I'm sure you all know, and he was extremely helpful in getting me a really good deal from Juki. And so I'll put a picture of me with it here. I have a Juki M1000. Which has got hair threading, which is very bougie, and it purrs. It's lovely. The only issue I have is it's quite tall for my sewing space, so it's currently on the table. So, which is not ideal because that's where I do kind of cutting out and where people occasionally want to eat dinner. I know, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, so that's a very exciting purchase, and I'm just getting to grips with it. I've been sewing normal things with it. So the normal thing I've been sewing is something for the family wedding. I am making the Deer and Doe eucalyptus jumpsuit. I'm trying to see if I can see a piece of pattern to show you the fabric that I'm making in 2 sets. I literally have the scraps of scraps. So you're supposed to need about 3.5 meters for this, and I had 2.5. And lovely Sam, So Let's Sparkle, said, why don't you just try and see if you can get it out? And I managed to get everything except the pocket line and a bit that doesn't really need to be in the pattern. So the bit that's the facing out of this fabric. But I literally I've got a handful of bits about this big left. So this is tencel from Rooted Fabrics. It's beautiful. The theme for the wedding is pastels, and I know they're a little bit warm to be described as pastels, but they're as pastel as I'm going to go, I think. So yes, that's in progress. I had made, I don't know if I've got a picture, I made one in a duvet cover about 3 years ago that had sleeves and was short, so I kind of made the opposite version. So the one I'm making has got no sleeves and has got long legs, and it's got like a lapel collar, and I'm hoping with my little blue wedges that's going to be the bee's knees. So we'll see. So I'll keep you updated on that. The other thing I did, I'm going to go and get, I went for a weaving day at Parsifal Hall, and the lady had you, so you did this by hand. You just were weaving these threads through these strings and then kind of pushing it down. So that was a really nice activity. I'm also midway through a pair of socks. I shall put a picture in here. And I think that's me. I have got quite a lot of things buzzing around my brain at the moment, but the only thing I've got to concentrate on is that jumpsuit until that's done. I've told you before, the girls need outfits, but nobody's telling me what they want. I did purchase one for one of them, which was the Chloe dress by Sew Patterns. I'll put that picture in here. If you have made that, please let me know if you had any issues with it. I'm pondering making it in a knit. The wedding is in Scotland in 2 weeks' time, so we could have any weather. It could be anything from 10 degrees to 25 degrees. So, yeah, we'll see. So I hope you're having a lovely summer so far, that you are enjoying sunshine where you've got sunshine, and that your garden is growing beautifully, and that you are finding time to rest and replenish and do some making if that's something that brings joy. Don't forget to do me a like, subscribe if you're not already, and give me a wave on the way out. All right, that's love. Take care. God bless.